How do you make sure that you pre-sell the idea? Well, I guess I said Diddy, but what we doing? We canceling Diddy or we still rocking with him? I don't know. I rock with him. But let's go all the way back. I'm an 80s baby. When Diddy was making the band, the only reason you listened to the album Day 26 is because you watched him make the album. So why would you open up something without letting people in on the experience? Building a buzz, building a wait list. When you think about movies have a trailer. Long before the movie come out, they pre-sold you on the idea. A wait list is where you incentivize somebody to get access to something based on something they want. A wait list is not you saying sign up so you can give me some money. It's where you actually create an offer for a person of why they should sign up.
If you're watching this video, you're about to make a whole lot of money.
If I was just getting started and just blew a bag on a new idea, here's the question. If you got an idea in your head, let's say to start a med spa, to start your brand new business, your apparel company, how do you go from investing money in the company to actually making that money back? Because the moment you buy a business, the moment you buy a building, the moment you open the company, buy inventory, you got to pay that back. So how do you guarantee that you get butts in seats, people buying shirts, people coming in to your store? In today's episode, I'm going to break down how you make your money back. How do you 10X and make it out of your head to actually generate revenue? All right, let's get into it. So here's the question. If I were starting from scratch and I had an idea, the truth be told, I wouldn't open the med spa. I wouldn't start the apparel company. I wouldn't start the business. I wouldn't open up the podcast studio until I build a community around it. Most people's biggest mistake is that they open something and start it without building connection to people. So you rolling the dice and hoping and waiting people buy your product and service. Just think about it. Let's go all the way back. I'm an 80s baby. When Diddy was making the band, the only reason you listened to the album Day 26 is because you watched him make the album. The only reason that you bought Danity Kane is because you watched him make the album. So why would you open up something without letting people in on the experience? Building a buzz, building a wait list. When you think about movies have a trailer. Long before the movie come out, they pre-sold you on the idea. Most entrepreneurs' biggest mistake is they never pre-sell ideas. They never get buy-in. So they spend money hoping to make money back without building a community. So the number one thing I think you should do, to my editor, put it right here. Number one, create a wait list. Now that wait list is not you telling people sign up for my wait list so you can buy my product. That's like saying sign up for my wait list so you can give me some money. Ain't nobody interested in that. A wait list is where you incentivize somebody to get access to something based on something they want. A wait list is not you saying sign up so you can give me some money. It's where you actually create an offer for a person of why they should sign up. Imagine telling someone I only have 10 slots available for people who want to get access to something that they want. And if you get on the wait list right now, I'll also bonus you by giving you something additional. This is how you build a wait list of people who are what I call buyer ready. They're already sold on the idea. They only need the opportunity. Right now, at the start of this video, this is a Rolex day date. I sat on a waiting list for 4 years to get these folks $40,000. Just think about how crazy that is. This is a $40,000 watch. Why would I sit on a wait list for 4 years to get them $40,000? Because it wasn't available. I couldn't buy it if I wanted it. That means they created a demand around it, and they said to me, "Get on a wait list." Why did Rolex put me on a wait list? Because they always know whenever they create it, it is already sold. They never have to worry about selling a product. So number one, create a wait list, but most importantly, create community and connection based on something someone wants. This is how you make sure when you open the doors, you got a rush of people coming through already pre-sold on the idea instead of trying to sell them on it. Number two, if I was starting from scratch and I had an idea and was opening something, the number two thing that I would do, I would create an incentive. There ain't but 4 ways to grow a company. We got to go fast. You need to write this down. Number one, increase the frequency, how often people buy from you. Just think about most people get a one-time transaction instead of consistent transactions. You ever notice when you buy something from a Chick-fil-A or from any store, they say, hey, fill out the little thing on the receipt and come back in 7 days and we'll give you a discount. They're trying to increase the amount of time you come back so they can increase how much money they make in a window of time. Most entrepreneurs don't have no incentive program for a person to buy once and come back in a smaller window. So you're leaving it up to them to think about you instead of creating in your marketing plan a reason for them to come back. So imagine if you said, buy from me today at my grand opening, come back in 7 days and get 30% off. You think you're losing money, but you're making money because now you train the buyer to come back more often. So number one, increase the frequency. Number two, increase the amount you make per transaction. Instead of making a one-time transaction, allow a person to pay you, but give them something else attached to it. All right. You're like, Marcus, I don't know what you're talking about. This don't make sense. If I got a cell phone, fam, I'm going to have a cell phone case. So that means if you bought the cell phone, to increase the amount per transaction, I'm going to sell you the cell phone case. So now instead of selling you $1,000, I make $1,030. Well, times that and you make more money. Most people are getting one-time transactions. What are the other ways you can make money? If you cut hair, you should be selling hair supplies. If you're a gym owner, you should be selling supplements. If you're a med spa, you should be selling creams. If you're a doctor, you should be selling prescriptions. The doctor gets a kickback every time he sends you to the pharmacy. Every business should have a way to increase the amount they make per transaction. This is what we call in the digital marketing world an order bump. You're like an upsell. No, it's not an upsell. It is an attachment product. It is something that someone buys. If you buy a candle, you need a lighter. It's where you attach other products connected to the thing, and it's a no-brainer. So for every business, don't do upsells, don't do downsells, do attachment products, things that people need attached to the product. Now, number one, you already increased it by creating a buzz and creating a wait list. Now, I told you number two in this whole 4 ways to increase revenue, the frequency, how often they come. I told you increasing the amount you make per customer. Now, the third thing, you have got to increase the amount you make. This is where you increase your price. Now, here's how you do this. This is where you're going to do one or two things. You tell them how much you want. So if I want $10,000, I'm going to tell you that the amount is $10,000, but you get it in a window of time for $7,500. Why would I do that? Because the amount's going up. So you give people a window of time. It's the same thing cell phone companies do to you. You only get a good deal in the beginning. If you try to upgrade your phone in the middle of a contract, they charge you more. But if you're brand new, you get a discount. So when you start a relationship, you tell people the value of it, but you give them a discount to acquire a customer. All right. I got to go, y'all. I got to go. I done gave you way too much. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to rewind and write this down. Let's recap. Let's back it up like Juvenile for the 9/9/2000. First thing I told you, if you have an idea, how do you make sure that you pre-sell the idea? Number one, you allow people, you go, well, I guess I said Diddy, but what we doing? We canceling Diddy or we still rocking with him? I don't know. I rock with him. But let's just use him as an example. The way he did with making the band is how you should do. You should let people in on the process so they're bought into it. And now you add them to the wait list without selling them on something. You sell them on the idea of it. Number two, I told you the ways to increase your money. You're going to increase the amount you make per transaction. You're going to increase the frequency and you're going to increase the price. That's what I need you to do right away. And if you can do that, family, you start from day one going from an idea to generating revenue. I'll see y'all in a minute. If you need me, I'll be over here minding my online business.